Well, good morning, everybody. I'm on the back porch on Thursday with Ferdinand. I want to kick off the video. We're going to do switching in the yard today. It was sort of short, so I put a DT&I run-through train going through Oak Hill. Since the last thing we did last week was running through Oak Hill. Hadn't done that in a while, so northbound DT&I train running on trackage rights coming back from Ironton going to Jackson, Ohio. So I hope you enjoyed that. Got 3 shots of it. Second thing, I wanted to talk about a couple of personal things real quick. I really didn't mean to be very mysterious. My daughter has CIDP, and you can Google it if you want to know what it is. It's a neurological disease. There's no cure for it. With treatment and taking care of yourself, you can lead a pretty normal life, and she has done really neither. She hasn't been able to get the treatment she needs, and she hasn't really taken that good a care of herself as far as managing what she eats, because she hasn't felt good enough because she hasn't had the treatment she needs. Hopefully this hospital stay will turn it around and go in the right direction, because she really needs to lead a normal life. Second thing is, this morning X-Ray got up and he couldn't stand up. Couldn't put any weight on his back leg. Got a little clip here of him in the backyard. I carried him out there, tried to go to the bathroom. Took him to the vet. They think he's just strained it, because he zooms around usually, and when you only have one back leg, if you tweak it, you're in trouble. So put him on a couple meds. Hopefully he'll be okay, but I'll keep you posted on that. So without any further ado, let's get into the DT&I run through, followed by the switching. So here's X-Ray. You can see he doesn't want to put any weight on that back leg. So hopefully I don't think it's anything serious, and the meds will make him feel better in a couple days. This is where we are in the operating pattern. We're up to yard switching to build the Douglas Avenue switch job. The first job we're going to build today is the Wherever in Union Spring switch job. First place we catch the DT&I train is south of Oak Hill, the Ohio Fire Brick in the background, going past one of the old strip mining swamps that are prevalent through southern Ohio. We've got 3 cars of loose clay on the head end, loaded by a truck loader along Route 93, I think at Pedro. And then we've got some box cars of bagged clay from IMC Bond Clay. I think that yellow box car used to be in Campbell's Soup Service, but I sort of pressed it into the clay service here. It's getting kind of old. It's an old 40-foot box car. Clay is a lot denser than coal. Sort of like when you watch the Jawtooth videos, you can't see the rock in the rock cars. You sort of have to rely on him to tell you they're loaded. It's sort of the same way. I made the clay loads out of styrene, and can't remember what I made the clay out of, and then painted it sort of a clay color. The one car is probably a little bit too full. I think I might have the wrong load in the wrong car. And the last time we're going to catch it crossing Main Street, a friend of mine, Aaron Coyan, his dad was a signal maintainer on the DT&I in the south end. And when they're getting ready to abandon the Ironton branch, his dad got him a cab ride on one of the last trips down there. And when I said when he came back through Oak Hill northbound, the engineer let him blow the horn at the grade crossings in Oak Hill. Very fond memory for him. I think that Ann Arbor car is the only car I have left on the layout with a roof walk, because by 1980 they were getting pretty scarce. Probably should weather it more. All right, let's jump into the real reason for the video today, the yard switch in Chillicothe. We're going to build the train for Wherever and Union Spring. What we generally do is we run out and switch those two, and then we come back to the yard, and then we switch the other ones, because that way we have trailing point switches in the morning and the afternoon. So the last time we switched in the yard, we left that blue caboose on one of the yard tracks. We had to get it out of the way so the Oak Hill crew could return the wagon top caboose. So we're going to put it back on the caboose track now. The reason why the switching was pretty easy today in the yard was 3 of the 4 cars we need are on the track next to the caboose track, and they're actually in pretty much the right order as well. So we're going to pull those cars next. We did have rain several days this week. Not any great amounts, but definitely very welcome. Enough to sort of break the drought a little bit. We probably had, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches between all the rains we had on the several days. And it's cooled back down into the 70s. Hopefully we're done with the 90s for the year. So we're going to place these cars on the passing track. So the TP&W car is going to go to Wherever spot 2. So we're going to take it and go pick up the Pennsylvania Railroad 40-foot box, which is to the right of your screen. That's actually going to go into the off spot position at Wherever. But I'll describe the work at Wherever more when we get there. It's going to require a little bit of shuffling to switch Wherever. And it is the biggest customer on my layout, so it makes sense. So I'm sitting on the back porch and a hummingbird just flew up about 4 feet away from me and has got some petunias in a pot. And he's going to town on them. It's the first time I've seen that. Almost could have reached out and touched him. So after we attach these two cars, we're going to back the switcher away, and that'll be the end of the video. Next week, what we'll do is we'll get one of the chassis engines out, and we'll go switch wherever in Union Spring, while in theory the yard switcher continues to build a drain for the other side, so they can do that after lunch. But we'll save that for 2 weeks from now, that yard switching video. I sort of like to split them up, so it's not all switched in the yard like 2 or 3 weeks in a row. That one will be a little bit more involved in the yard switching. Be a little bit longer, I think. Got to dig some cars out deep. All right, that's it. Hope everybody has a great Saturday, great weekend, and everybody stay safe.